When I started my wealth education journey, when I became intentional about making money online, I came across a lot of myths and a lot of truths that blew my mind. The rich and the poor are not just in those positions by chance. They are programs, mindsets, habits, and activities that always separate the poor from the rich. When I finally understood these things, my life started getting better. Stopped being angry at the rich, stopped castigating the rich, and I stopped thinking that the only way you can be rich is if you're born rich. So in this video, I'll be outlining 3 things that rich people do that poor people don't and will never do, and that's why they keep on remaining poor. Before we move into this video, I would like to just outline that poverty is not lack of money. Most people think poverty is a lack of money, but with what I've come to learn is poverty is a mindset. When Jesus Christ said the poor you would always have with you, he didn't mean people that don't have money you would always have with you. Though in regards to that, it's true. But people who don't want to think big, who don't want to grow, just understand that poverty is when you're not willing to expand what you have already, grow beyond what you know already. You're poor in that aspect. The first thing that rich people do that poor people don't is rich people see money as their servant. And while growing up, we were all conditioned into seeing money as a sacred thing. And most Nigerian families have this common trend of a point came where there was enough money, the family was stable, lights were on, the fridge was always full. But the time came where things just suddenly dipped. And I've stayed with a lot of my friends, and it's as if everybody has this singular narrative of things were good before. Then when I matured, everything just dived. And when you have that narrative by default, you start seeing money as something that you have to chase. It's scarce. You have to worship it. It's not something you see every day. And unconsciously, you're programmed into that mindset that when you have money, the only thing you do with money is you spend it. But the rich understand that you send money on errands. If you want to make more money, you send money on that errand. If you want to impress your wife, money does that for you. Like, oh, she's angry with me. Let's just book the best hotel or the best restaurant, have a very nice, luxurious dinner, and she'll be happy. You send money on that errand. That's what the rich people understand. So that mindset of, I'm afraid of losing this, is not there. If you have that mindset, again, I say poverty is not lack of money. So when I say you're poor, I mean the mindset wise. So if you always have that mindset of you're seeing money as something sacred, you're seeing money as something scarce, it's because you're missing something. You don't understand something yet. You haven't been let into a certain kind of a realm of knowledge or revelation or understanding. That's why you still see money as a scarce resource. Second thing rich people do that poor people don't is rich people see a life full of options. And I'm always big on this. Poor people think that is this or that. Poor people, you hear a poor person say, should I go to the university or should I learn business? That's a typical language you would hear in the masses. But a rich person will be like, how can I go to school, start a business, start a company, work in a C-suite position at a top paying company? 4 things. And a common one that really affected me when I started out, you would hear things like, oh, for you to be successful, it's more about who you know, not who you are. And when you're now working hard, waking up and doing late nights, studying and building your business, that thought of someone can just wake up now and another destiny helper will just call them and help their life. It's more about who you know. Until I came to understand that I was thinking in the this or that framework, who you know or who you are to succeed. It's who you know and who you are. The rich see life as, I want this and this and this and that. But a poor person sees, oh, if I can have this, that means I might not be able to have this. So what I did to correct that mindset was understanding that a certain time comes in your entrepreneurial journey where hard work caps. Like, you can only work as hard and you can only make as much money. When you come to that stage, it's now the discussion of collaboration. That's who you know. So you see all these big companies, at a point, they start collaborating with influencers. They start collaborating with like-minded people. They start hiring staff. They start hiring experts in the field of their practice. And you understand that at the very core, it's who you are first. If you want to attain success, it's who you are first before who you know, because you can only attract like terms. If you're not a person of value, like I think it's the Bible or somewhere say deep calls to deep. If you're not a person of value, you will never attract people of value that would help multiply your effect. So it's only when you've worked on yourself properly, you've done your due diligence, can you only attract people who would now act more as fertilizer on what you have planted. The third thing rich people do that poor people don't is rich people see themselves as deserving. Rich people understand that if I don't do this, who will? That's the mindset of a rich person. And the elites, I feel like I should have done elites and uneducated in this video, not rich and poor. But anyway, the elites understand and they train their children by default by telling them, normally we are human beings, we all have these doubts. You ask yourself, oh, am I sure I can do this? 10 million naira, can I make 10 million naira? Who am I to make 10 million naira? What have I done? What have I achieved? Those questions come to your head. But the rich person or the elite train their children in a way to tell them that, see, a lot of people are thinking like this. Who am I to make 10 million naira? Which means one thing, people that make 10 million naira are not much. So if all these people are not going to make it, that means you are the only person that's supposed to make it. So they train them up with that mindset of, if not you, who else? So the elite have this deserving mindset, while the poor have this pitiful mindset. A poor person would make a mistake or probably suffer a huge loss, and they want to sit in it. They want people to come and tell them sorry. And the reason for this is people love attention. And when you train someone with, oh, the only time I'll give you attention is when something bad happens to you, human beings will start wishing for bad things to happen to them. And it sounds controversial, but it's true. When you lose a certain amount of money and that was the only time your ex called you, or you got more attention from your friends telling you sorry, phone calls, everything, you just want to sit there, because a point comes where that attention starts dissipating and you crave that attention, you want it back. So probably you start looking for any excuse that you can give for the reason you are in your situation. So people like pity, and I'm telling this from experience because there are sometimes I struggle with some things in my business, and I'm just trying to take that victim mindset of, oh, I don't know why these people are doing this to me. I don't know why they're always banning my ads. I don't know why they're always banning my WhatsApp number. And when I'm telling someone learned and they tell me, oh, have you tried doing this? Have you tried working on your ad creative? Probably it's your ad copy that's not working. I'm like, no, once they say that, automatically it clicks in your head and, oh, that might be the problem. That might be why I'm not getting it. But because you've come with that mindset of, I want to be pitied, I want you to see me as the victim, your pride won't allow you to take that correction. So you see someone offering you help, like I'm saying from experience, I see someone telling me, oh, your ad copies might not have worked, or your ad creative was not as converting, or it was not able to engage them properly. And I'm saying, no, you don't understand. I've shot 5 ad videos, I've done this. I might not have shot 5 ad videos, but I'm just trying to say so that I don't want you to feel like I came with my whole problem and you just use one sentence to answer it. Do you understand? So there are different reasons, there are different things, poor people, there are different habits most of us adopt that keeps you where you are. And no matter how hard you try to scale, no matter how hard you try to grow, it's not going to work because these programs are still running in your head. I believe I've helped you in this video. If you got value from this video, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And of course, share this video with just 3 of your friends. No more, no less. If you're a business owner and you've struggled with sales, content, you don't know how to create proper content for your business, or you want to join a community, my community of business owners, where we discuss the strategies that will be moving the market for the next 5 years. Because I see most business owners still get stuck in what has been working in the past. There are things like selling information, holding webinars, WhatsApp classes. These things worked in the past. These are frameworks that worked in the past, but they're no longer working now. And that might be what you're still trying tooth and nail to make it work for you. The strategies or the frameworks that are working right now are what will be functional or what will grow in the next 5 years. So that's what I'll be sharing in this community from time to time as far as my research takes me. If you want to join that community, I'll put a form in the description, fill that form and join the community. All right. As always, where you are right now, it's not your final destination. I shall meet you at the top. But for now, lock in and represent. God bless.